Hello, I'm up on a ladder here and we're gonna climb up on this roof that we just finished, and we're doing the siding and the soffit and the fascia as well. But I wanted to show you a couple things about the roof specifically, how the components work together and why you need them. So right here off of the ladder, you can see underneath, there's this little piece of metal here right before the fascia starts. That goes up underneath of the shingles. It's called the drip edge. Okay, it's a little piece of flashing, but it's very necessary. If you can imagine a glass under running water, that water is going to follow the shape of the glass. Well, the same thing here holds true on the shingles. The water is going to come off, follow the shape of the shingles, go underneath, and then it's going to hit this drip edge and flow right down. Well, it will actually go into the gutters whenever they're up. But for this right here, it would flow down the fascia. Now, another thing here underneath is the starter strip. You can see it's pretty sealed already. This was just installed yesterday, but it's sealed already. It's another line of shingles that holds on this bottom row because there's nothing else for this to be. You can't nail on top of this. You'd have leaks on top of there. So this has to be sealed to something. Underneath of here, there's ice and water shield, which is a rubber membrane, and it protects against any ice dams or snow dams that push up underneath the shingles and melt the shingles. Now, one of the most important things on a roof is ventilation. You want to keep the shingles healthy, keep them a nice cool or same temperature as the outside, basically. So underneath you have the vented soffit, and it runs up along the rafters, and it's going to empty or come out. The exhaust is going to be right at this ridge vent along the top. Now, we do a calculation in the attic to determine how much roof vents you actually need. Most places, the ridge vent is more than sufficient, and it's absolutely the most efficient because the air comes in through the intake, it travels along, cools the entire rafters and the plywood, and then it comes out through the exhaust. Now, if you needed box vents on a hip roof or something like that, we'd add that as well. Another thing we do is, now we replaced the siding on this, but even if we didn't, we would definitely still do this, is underneath of here, there's ice and water shield. Now, it is code for us to do along the eaves where the gutters go in any valleys or things like that. Another place that we put it in, because we always see issues with this, is right here along where our roof meets a wall. So underneath these shingles, you're gonna have ice and water shield that comes up the side of the wall, and new step flashing underneath and new shingles on top. So you have several lines of defense against any type of running water, which should just be running along these J channels. But a lot of times, if it's a lot of water, it's gonna push up underneath of here, and then you'd see a leak where, like inside your house in a weird spot in a closet or something, and you don't know where it's coming from. Well, most times that's where it's coming from, is that there's no ice and water shield running up this wall. So that's a couple things we do to make sure that, you know, all the details are taken care of, and we're out here to fix your roof, completely replace the roof one time, and we're not back 10 times to fix it. So hope you have a great day. Take care.